Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Ahead of the WWE Bash in Berlin VIP live event, CM Punk just posted a backstage video including Rhea Ripley and Damian ahead of the next Punk will run against Drew McIntyre in a strap game. Concurrently, the Terror Twins will go through the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan in mixed tag team on Instagram. Punk distributed a backstage video, include moments with Ripley and Priest. Prior to Berlin kickoff event for the Bash, the conflict the Terror Twins have with the Judgment Day started at the SummerSlam. First-class live event at the venue. Ripley was led down by Dominic Mysterio, who allowed Liv Morgan to keep the women's world. Later that evening, Finn was a champion. Balor betrayed his old tag team. The partner of Damian Balor's intervention caused Gunther to beat out World Heavyweight Priest. Conference Freddie Prinze Jr. expected Drew McIntyre will beat CM Punk once more in their rematch during Bash. Berlin's drawing on his experiences. Freddie Prinze Jr. thinks Drew McIntyre will walk over CM Punk in their rematch for Berlin's Bash. Discussing on his Grappling with Freddie podcast, former creative writer for WWE claimed that the 3 series between McIntyre and Punk might be in the books for WrestleMania 41. He mentioned, "I believe this could be Drew's match. I believe it to be Drew's night once more, and the basis for my belief that eventually Punk will have his, I believe. The WrestleMania moment might be against Drew. He could be down to 0, and he just needs one more. Try again with him, one more bite at the apple. Maybe Mania is too far away for such to occur. Yet you're saying to yourself, might he put draw more than twice in succession? I am telling you, one could. Drew McIntyre emerged victorious in the first collision between him and CM Punk at SummerSlam. Still to be seen who leaves Germany with the breeze and the poorly lighted backstage section of unreported WWE arena is subdued, but there was amazing tension hanging in the air. The usually humming with activity our hallways were strangely silent, save for the weird echo of haste feet. A familiar person strolled on through his incarceration under close observation. Even in the darkness, CM Punk is the best, and the world was back where he fit. But Punk's evening was not like any other. Return to WWE had created waves already, delivering the WWE Universe into a crazy at what was going to happen. Backstage presented something none had anticipated. Punk was always a lone wolf person who didn't need anyone else to create his margin. But when he round a bend, he came face to face with 2 of WWE's most highly regarded, dangerous, and intriguing numbers. Rhea, Damian, and Ripley Priest cover the camera. Held by Punk personally caught the moment. Absolutely, he panned from his own strong look across to the towering figures before him. Ripley, together with her dark, gloomy aura, and Priest radiating an attitude of deliberate menace, stood as shoulder to head. Together, they created for a shoulder towards threatening sight, the type of duo that could have someone considered twice before crossing them. PP broke the silence with, "Oh, Grace, nicely well. Who we have here? The direction of WWE right now, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. You two are the talk of the town." The town. Ripley crossed her arms, her sharp eyes narrowing somewhat as she scaled down Punk. "And what about yours? Are you here to be friend or enemy?" Punk laughed, the sound low. "Risk? I never gave friends much thought. Rhea, but foes, I have manufactured plenty of those." He changed his attention to the Priest, who stayed stoic but vigilant. "I have been observing you also. There is something very about you. Anything I haven't viewed over a lengthy period of time." Priest raised an eyebrow, caught but wary. "And what Would that be mercilessity? Punk said, his voice lowering to almost a whisper. You are not here for gaming, you are come to assume leadership, and I honor that. Ripley looked at the priest a bit. Quiet discussion going between them. Punk's works clearly revealed the truth. Words, they both had goals in mind. Rule WWE to create their own legacies in the most merciless manner conceivable. But there was something more than that. Punk was just about to expose Punk Modify, the camera drawing it near his face as he inclined toward Ripley. Preach, you know I've been in your position. I had been the rebel's outcast, the one who deviates from the norm and looks where it landed me major events, titles, and more rivals than I has count. Ripley slanted her head, inquiry flaring in her eyes. So, what perspective of view you use? Punk is what I point at. Carried on his speech full of degree. If you wish to create a real effect, if you wish to enter history as more than simply another pair, you need to undertake a major project devoid of which one will overlook the rough look of the priest. His head was already whirling through the options. And what do you have in mind? Punk's smile came back more sharply then. Before the Berlin WWE celebration, the world will be observing you to shock. The system you wish to present to everyone, that Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest all, then eliminate the largest, then become relentless. You can locate a target here. Ripley constrained her, eyes the wheels in her head. Changing your mean. Roman Reigns. Punk nodded, his face dead serious. Exactly, the tribal chief has decided this location for too long. If you are picking him down in Berlin, you will turn in yourselves as the most lethal power source under WWE. However, you will require assistance, someone who knows how to improve game performance. Then every priest examined Punk closely. That someone is Punk like you. Showed his apathetic, but his eye shining with intention. Let's us simply say I have a stake in seeing renders dethroned, and I know how to create it. When Ripley and the priest traded, still another look, this one loaded with mixture of curiosity and caution. They recognized Punk's standing based on his past of treachery and revolt, but they also knew that on their side, his presence there would be possibilities of success depending on skyrocket. Punk turned in closer, his voice little higher than a whisper. The camera had zipped in on his face as well. Are able to transform things to reword history, but it won't be simple. You will have to go entirely without holding back. Ripley uncrossed her arms and stepped forward until she barely inches from. Punk's demeanor was sharp. Resolved, we do not fear challenge. If Roman Reigns is the aim, then we'll bring him down, but don't think for a moment we trust you. Punk. Smile broadened, a flash of approval in his eyes. Good trust is for the weak, but no, this, if you choose to write history, will need me, and that together we will ensure Berlin never loses memory of the evening. Rhea's Ripley and Damian, the priest, down the tribal chief. The camera recorded the shortest flicker of a smile from a priest. Unusual statement with great power regarding his perspective made him prepared for conflict, and thus